I believe that in my speech I specifically indicated some of the things that we would prefer to have seen in this budget, including our repeated suggestions that of the $10 billion allocated to paying down the debt, we in fact encourage the current government to use $10 billion of that to invest in infrastructure, $7 billion of that $10 billion to invest in infrastructure. We specifically suggested $7 billion because we feel very strongly in keeping at least that $3 billion as a contingency. This current government certainly doesn't even believe in a contingency. If you have any specific other questions about the content of my speech, I would welcome them.
The question and comments, the honourable member for Yukon.
Mr. Speaker, the member opposite asked her if she was going to incorrectly, the Conservatives, of course, got the facts wrong again, asked her if she's going to vote against the budget because all these serious immigration issues were in the budget. Well, in fact, they weren't. They didn't come out till the little administration bill that puts the budget into place. And Canadians across the country have been outraged at that. They've been writing their members of parliament that all of a sudden in the budget, the big budget day, where major things or changes are announced for the country, what was mentioned on this? Nothing. And yet when they come on a minor administrative amendments that would put the budget into effect, which is probably almost totally unconstitutional, they were shocked. And I just wonder if the member could comment on this totally anti-democratic actions of the government in this financial administration bill.
There is 1 minute left for the honourable member for Willowdale to respond.
I would just, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would just simply like to reiterate a couple of key points that I made in my speech. The inclusion of this these immigration provisions in the budget, as the honourable member has said, is completely inappropriate. They were not in the original one. I will repeat that this is a blatant Americanization of the process to include something that the government knew would be contentious into something that otherwise we were all prepared to allow to go forward. Completely inappropriate, and we will simply have to see what happens.
Resuming debate. The honourable member for Scarborough Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, before I get into the Budget Implementation Act, I'd like to take the opportunity to congratulate the member from Willowdale for her election, and I am confident that she's going to do a tremendous job, not only serving her constituents, but making this country a better country as well. Mr. Speaker, I listened to the debate throughout the day, and, you know, instead of sometimes focusing on the issues, on the points in